When we approach an interior design project, the three L's are what I start with as a basis of my thinking: lighting, layers, and layout. Doesn't matter what order they happen in, but these are the things that really are kind of the cornerstones of any design decision making. So, lighting, you've got overhead lighting, task lighting, mood lighting. Sometimes your interior has to accommodate all three of those things. And those are three things that you should be thinking about as well for your home. For example, when you come home of an evening from work, you've had a really long day. The last thing you want to be doing is turning on that overhead lighting, which lights up the whole room. Why not create some mood lighting? So that's gentle lighting, can be at different heights. Different layered mood lighting creates this ambiance, which induces, in a way, relaxation. The second L is layering. So that's textures, that's shapes, but also I like to think of layering as the room itself. So you've got your rugs, you've got an upholstered coffee, then you've got your sofa layer, then you might have some artwork, then you might have a beautiful chandelier. So those layers within your interior really do make for a room where your eye will cast and be drawn through the room. You're not just looking at one layer of furniture, lighting, or colors, as it were. Really play with heights. Don't make the mistake of putting artwork really, really high. Actually, artwork needs to be sometimes in front of you so that you can really look and appreciate it. I also love to play with mirrors as well. The mirrors that I absolutely love are also antique. So there are companies that create antique glass, which you can create into mirrors. And that effect, I can see it now in a hallway, particularly, or in a beautiful big or small living room, because mirrors do create space. The squared mirrors with a beautiful stud in between the cross sections, and then a lovely frame. That lent onto a console table, maybe with a bowl in front of it, and even lovely lights either side, is a beautiful way that the layering hypothesis really works. And of course, the layout. The importance of layout is really an underestimated way of thinking about your interior. Sometimes you have to remove pieces from the room in order for it to flow better. And layout really does mean flow, whether it's a visual flow or a physical flow through the room. If it's an entertaining room, you've got to make sure that once you've pulled that chair away from the table and somebody sat there, your other guests can still get up and move and go as they please behind that person. If it's too much of a squeeze, it can be quite awkward. So you might need a smaller table if that's you. But the layout, the flow is really, really key. So those are my three starting blocks: layout, layering, and lighting.